Welcome to my channel Living Linux. In this video I'm going to show you Kooha, a screen recorder for Wayland on the Raspberry Pi 5 running Ubuntu 23.10. So in the past X11 was the main windowing system, and I think a lot of people used something as simple screen recorder to do screen recording. But now Wayland is becoming more the dominant windowing system, and there are not that many screen recorders yet that work on Wayland. But I think Kooha is, well, they call themselves a screen recorder with a minimalist interface, and in my opinion it also means that it is quite simple to use. As you can see here, this is the window that opens when you start the application. So here there's a hamburger menu for preferences where you can choose different containers like Webm. I think that uses VP8 or VP9, I'm not really sure. Or you can choose MP4, which uses H.264. You can choose if you want to have the desktop audio available, the microphone, and the mouse pointer. So I think by default it's the whole screen, or you can just try to record just part of the screen. And that's about it. Oh yeah, in the preferences you can also set the frame rate. I think by default it's 30. I have set it to 10 on the Raspberry Pi 5. I think it's possible to run it at 30, but yeah, you might be pushing it a bit, and that also means that you don't have that much CPU capacity left to do anything else than screen recording. So I think the easiest way is to install it from Flathub. And as you can see here, it's available for ARM and of course for x86-64, which is AMD and Intel. It's quite easy to install Flatpak. So you can install Flatpak with this command. You can try to install the Flatpak plugin, but that's not mandatory. And you have to add the repository. And here it says that after these steps you need to restart your system. Well, that is probably just to be safe, because they're not really 100% sure it will immediately work. So here you have the commands to do the manual installation. So you can just copy these commands and execute them in a terminal. Well, I already installed Kooha, so I'm not going to do that here. Yeah, it will just ask you the question if you really want to install it or not. And they will list all the things that are going to be installed. So just answer yes. And this is the command to start it, or what you also can do is just restart your machine, and if all went well, then you have this application icon to start Kooha. Now, if you have some problems installing it through Flathub, Then there is also the option to compile it. So this is the GitHub page for Kooha. And yeah, if you want to build it, you can try it with Gnome Builder. I tried it, but it kept complaining about some package that it said it wasn't available. I tried to install it several times, but after a while I just gave up. So it is possible to do the manual compilation. The dependencies are not complete. You need some more packages to get it working. So these are the packages that I installed to get it working. I will put this command in the description of the video. You also need to install the Rust compiler. So you can install that with this command. And you also need to install the stable compiler branch or something like that. I'm not really familiar with Rust. So once you've done all this, then you can just follow these steps. And then after a while, if all goes well, Kooha gets compiled and it should be available as an application. So I also tried this on Raspberry Pi OS, but yeah, I was able to install it through Flathub, but when I tried to run it, I got some error message and I didn't feel like pursuing that any further because, well, to be honest, I'm not a fan of Raspberry Pi OS. So, but this is not specific for the Raspberry Pi. I also have this running on a Phytium D2000 ARM computer. So yeah, it's if you have like a Linux distribution with GNOME, then there's a good chance that you can get Kooha running on all kinds of ARM single board computers. So that's all for now, and I hope to see you again in my next video.